One of the world's best investors, Raoul, has to say about XRP in the lawsuit about the token hitting 10x soon. Watch the video to find out more about it. Welcome to Crypto Live. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about cryptocurrencies. Recently, it was recorded that Bitcoin has gained 95%. Ethereum has gained 517, and XRP has gained 335% this year. Take note that these figures can change from time to time. Taking digits into account, it can be concluded that Bitcoin has been the least desirable asset to own of the majors. In a recent interview, Raoul mentioned that we might see some explosive growth. In addition, he was asked what might be the catalyst for that. It is because of inflation concerns. Might it be adopted by others? Eventually, he responded, the whole industry is driven by adoption and new players. According to him, the number of active wallet addresses remains below its peak when the price was at its highest. Moreover, the number of new wallets and the 7-day rate of change remain relatively low, which is something we aren't seeing. Consequently, we haven't seen headlines about Bitcoin reaching new highs and going up 50% in a month, driving retail and panicking institutions. As a result, we have been missing that spending, and I believe that's going to come sooner rather than later. Allocations are being made by institutions, but we are entering the last month of the year. Therefore, if they're making allocation decisions, let's put that either at the end of this quarter or the beginning of next quarter, as they begin fully allocating to this. Additionally, Raoul has mentioned that there is a vast community behind XRP, which has become the focus of a very high-profile lawsuit from the SEC against Ripple. In response to the question, Raoul confirmed that he had some XRP, and surely many XRP holders would be pleased to hear that. In addition to the question of when he took the position, not necessarily what the timing was, he replied that it was a year ago. He added that when it has use cases and that it is being used, and the lawsuit is a phenomenal risk-reward. In addition, the price of it was heavily discounted, making him wonder if it could maintain 100% from here to zero. However, Raoul said that if it gets solved, it is a 10x reward. Then he added that, well, that's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you want to take a risk-reward with a catalyst? It's just an interesting situation, and just thought that it was interesting as a special case. Then he was asked if he thinks this lawsuit and the fact that the price has been suppressed are the main factors behind the bet that he's looking at. And Raoul agreed with that statement. He is also being asked whether he's also looking at adoption globally, considering that there aren't any restrictions in other parts of the world. It is simply a matter of the U.S. that limits adoptions. In response, he said that the adoption global is interesting, but the case is all about the court case right now, since the price can't go anywhere without the court case being resolved, and that won't happen until the case is resolved. And the reason is that the most powerful and richest country on earth cannot easily invest there. In that regard, let's talk about U.S. crypto regulation, and the SEC seems to be putting up many roadblocks. And Coinbase's lending program is being blocked. Moreover, all sorts of currencies are under threat, such as XRP, Terra, Luna, and so on. In the end, Raoul was asked what is his opinion and how Congress needs to step in here and resolve this. He then responded that there is going to be a fight, and it will happen, and that it's a generational clash between those raised under the securities law of the 1930s and those raised under our old system. According to the current system is broken for everyone, and there is a young generation who wants to own these assets because they are the only ones that promise the kind of upside needed to build wealth. Adding that with stock market highs, bond low yields, high valuations, credit, real estate, everything is so high right now that it would be almost impossible for a 30-year-old to achieve long-term financial security in the same way they did as a child. Thus, cryptocurrency fits the bill. In addition to this, the young are overwhelmingly the largest group of voters, so if you aim to take that away from them, keep in mind that they are the largest voting group. So I think it's a generational battle, and I think it will be a great compromise if you're going to take away their future opportunity to invest and save. Gensler is generally known for laying down the hard line, which is how you negotiate. As an example, you start with a tough line because he is the school teacher telling you not to do that and prosecuting you all. Moreover, the answer will be a grand compromise, called, let's say, the Digital Asset Law of 2025, which would be a new set of laws intended to protect all digital assets regardless of their ownership status. Still, we have time before we reach that point because we need to fight this battle first, and they need to realize that there is no political will to instigate a battle, and I think that has to happen first. As well as being asked if some of this has to do with the incumbents, which are being disrupted by a lot of banks. A lot of funds are leaving savings accounts and going to stable coins, yield farming, and staking. And we are all aware of how political campaign donations work, and how powerful legacy banks and financial institutions are in Washington, D.C. Did he think it was partly because of that? Are they doing everything possible to squash crypto, or is there another factor at play here? In Raoul Pal's opinion, absolutely. Nobody wants to slow down because everyone recognizes that it is moving at lightning speed, not to mention that humans have never adopted any technology at a faster rate. With the same market size and twice the speed of the internet, it is being adopted at double the pace. Moreover, they're building crypto units. Not only does Goldman Sachs have one, everyone has a crypto unit that they know exactly where it's going, but they want to slow it down? Moreover, it is so hard to maintain control over such a system that is dispersed, decentralized, and their behavior is dispersed as well. Therefore, fear does come into play. They will say that you need to stop the crypto people. They're speculating. So what exactly does that entail? It should be available to those who can afford it, and they should be guided by advisors. Furthermore, they want to be the gatekeeper, since that is their job, and that is what they are paid for. The crypto industry does not have a gatekeeper, and they are desperately trying to become a gatekeeper in the middle to get a piece of that pie. However, that's not what this industry is about, and everyone knows it. In Raoul Pal's view, this is the fourth turning point. These things won't last. Do you think that soon, thanks to this defying of the cryptocurrency and all of its various financial instruments, we will be able to borrow and lend from centralized entities as opposed to banks? Yes, he said, but that doesn't happen immediately. And for Raoul Pal, because banks are the ones who currently know us best, he asserted that we do need them. In a world where more and more of our lives are on blockchain, and it can be verified, lending is pretty easy. In addition, having a bank relationship is quite useful if you're a small farmer. You need a local bank who knows how to deal with agricultural problems. Therefore, it matters. But I do not see the point of money center banks in the middle of the U.S., for instance, because they're not going to survive. In addition, investment banks are often seen as wholesale liquidity sources and advisors to institutions. Moreover, these things won't go away for a while, and they have a good understanding of the game. Having experienced with disruptions caused by new products like derivatives, they are familiar with how this happens. With this, Raoul Pal is not concerned about the investment banks. However, he is concerned about the smaller money center banks. In addition, these revelations from Raoul Pal have the potential to impact XRP's price and could lead to a 10x price increase. That's all for this video about crypto, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on the crypto market, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.